What's good, everyone? I was just thinking, since it's basically my 6th month here living in New York City, I figured why not just share a few lessons and ideas that the city has taught me, not about myself, but about the city as well. First and foremost, the biggest thing that stood out to me the most about this city is the fact that nobody here gives a shit. Literally, like, nobody here cares about you. Like, mind you, I'm walking around here with the camera right in front of my face, and everyone out here is doing their thing, and nobody cares. It's like, yeah, people look at you kind of weird for like 2 seconds, but everyone's gonna go about their business by the end of the day. Like, no one generally cares. And that could go either one or two ways for you. Okay, so first off, you can look at it as a bad way, whereas people are not giving you the attention that you want. So you're like, oh, no one cares about me and what I'm doing, so bleh, I'm gonna like die in it. Or this is the best way possible, which I think is that because no one gives a shit, that kind of gives you the liberty to kind of do whatever it is that you want to do, because nobody cares. But it kind of took some time to really let that sink in, because this city really humbled me. Like, it humbled my ego a ton, you know? The second thing I've learned here is that nothing here is given to you. There's no such thing as a handout. If you want something, you're gonna have to bust your ass for it. No ifs, ands, or buts. There is no shortcuts to this place at all whatsoever. Why? Because it kind of goes hand in hand with the first one. Nobody cares, okay? Nobody cares. So if there's anything that you want, you have to literally go out there and you have to fight for it, all right? Because no one cares about you, and no one's really going to help you. You'll have like a few peers here and there that'll help you, but at the end of the day, as like, it's gonna sound kind of bad, but everyone is kind of out here for themselves. But thankfully, I have a good small peer group, and we kind of help each other get to where we want to go. But for the most part, everyone's out here for themselves, because it's a very competitive city, and everyone here needs to kind of do them, you know what I mean? And a lot of people here don't want to waste their time. So if you can find a way to provide people some value to help them in their lives, they're more than willing, or actually more than likely, to help you in whatever it is that you want to do. There's a saying here in New York City that even though this place is one of the greatest and biggest cities on earth, it's also one of the most loneliness, because it's really quick to feel very small here. Like, you know, yes, there's so many people around you, but the thing is that a lot of people kind of tend to stay close to themselves. Like I mentioned earlier, is that no one cares, and no one's really out to really, you know, necessarily help you unless you have a way to provide value. But to get a really good, close, you know, circle of friends takes a lot of work. And just now I'm starting to actually get together a decent group of friends that I can actually kind of rely on. But my first couple months here were kind of lonesome. I'm not even gonna lie. It's really difficult to make a decent amount of friends here in the city. But if you ever want to move out here, be prepared for some serious loneliness. Unless you have friends here lined up and ready to go. Yeah, I found a random person on the street. She just happens to be one of my best friends for the past like 2 years. We met at West Palm, but she's very New Yorker at this point. She's lived there longer than I have.
Like a whole 4 months.
4 months goes a long way, though. 4 months goes a long way.
True.
But Nicole knows like all like the little hidden facts and gems and events of everything you could ever possibly need to know about living here in the city.
Find out when all the free nights at museums are. That's always a plus.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. MoMA does free nights on Fridays from 4 to 8. The Guggenheim does Saturdays from 4:45 to close. You can get your New York City ID very easily.
That is a fact.
So if you don't want to give up your driver's license from other states, you can get the New York City ID. And then you can go to the Met for like basically free instead of paying $25.
True.
And the Whitney has free days, I just don't know.
Yeah, whenever I need anything free or fun to do, I always go to Nicole. Alright, so let me tell you something about how the train system works here in New York City. The trains will be either your best friend or your worst enemy. It costs about $2.75 a ride, so that averages about $5.50 a day, maybe sometimes more depending how often use the trains. I pay about $120 a month, which gets you unlimited rides all around New York City if you use the trains or the buses or whatever that MTA uses. All right, so the last thing I learned, and the best thing so far, is the fact here in New York City, you can be, do, act, and look however you want. There's nothing out here that you cannot do, like Frank Sinatra would say. Because even though nobody cares, it may be lonely sometimes. Like, grocery shopping is cheap. And the trains can be great and they also suck. But there's nothing out here that you cannot do. Whatever it is that you want to do, it is totally up to you. There's no one out here stopping you but you. So allow that to be the biggest thing that you can get out of this from living in New York City, is the fact that you can literally accomplish whatever the hell that you want. And whatever it is that may be, it is up to you.